Hi everyone, and welcome back to how to create animated gradient backgrounds in After Effects. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to complete the look of our gradient composition. So now that we have all of our effects here ready in our main comp, let's go ahead and fill up the rest of our gradient comp with colors. So to do this, we need to lock the viewer. So let's go ahead and lock this viewer here by clicking on the lock icon at the top. And now let's go to View and New Viewer. And this will create another viewer for us on the right. And then by clicking on our gradient comp here, our gradient design, it will now change the viewer here to reflect that. Awesome. So now we can have both compositions open at once, which means we can now create more colors in our gradient design comp and see how one composition affects the other in real time without having to constantly switch between the two. So now let's go ahead and start building our gradient design here by selecting our colored circles. So let's go ahead and select all of these here. And then pressing Control D to duplicate them. And once we've done that, we can now move them around our composition here. And you'll see straight away how this affects our main comp design here, like so. Now we don't want our color swatches here anymore. So let's go ahead and select the color scheme JPEG layer and hide that. And now we can continue to build up our composition in the gradient design by clicking on these shapes, pressing Control D to duplicate, and then just sort of moving them around and perhaps reshaping them, resizing them like so, and even changing colors. So let's go ahead and bring this back up. I'm just going to change the colors here. So the color of the shadow and the color of our circle, just to add a little bit more variety. Just going to duplicate this shape here, like so. And again, just giving it a little bit more color. Duplicate this one. And it's all about just building our shapes all around the composition whilst looking at how it affects our look of the design. So let's go ahead and select 3 of these circles just to build up our composition a little bit quicker. And we want to rearrange some of these a little bit more randomly, like so. And again, using our eyedropper tool to recolor. Let's go duplicate that one again. Let's just make sure you're selecting the layer. Press Control D to duplicate. Just make this a little bit bigger. You'll see I duplicated some of these fills. So let's go ahead and delete these fills here, like so. And now we can continue using the eyedropper tool like that. Awesome. So let's go ahead and duplicate some of these smaller circles and just sort of dotting them around like so, filling up the rest of the space here. And then you can recolor some of these circles just to add a little bit more balance to the composition. So let's recolor this one. Awesome. So let's move more pink circles over to this side. just to balance it out a bit. Like so. Great. And then once you're happy with the way that your composition looks, we can then go ahead and select all the shapes inside our layer here, like so. And then right click and select pre-compose to pre-compose them. And let's go ahead and name this color circles. Make sure you move all attributes into the new composition and then press OK. And then just double click on colored circles if you want to continue to change the look of it. So I'm just going to select all of these circles here. And let's go ahead and enlarge them a little bit more. Just a little bit like so. Just to fill up the space a little bit more. And just to add a little bit more contrast into our gradient design, just going to select the solid background and we're going to add a fill to it. So effect, generate, and then select fill. And here we can now experiment with the type of background that we want for our gradient design. So I just want a little bit more of a contrast between our bright colors and the background, like so. And just playing about with any color that you want until you're happy with it. Okay, let's go back to a more bluish purple color. So that's it for this video. In the next video, we'll learn how to animate our gradients. See you all there.